All right, Coach Bedard, pleasure to see you.
Good to see you.
You know, I was thinking about all the Super 32s and why it's so much fun. And one thing I was thinking about was since I started coming hanging out with you and Cliff and Lee and Matty B and all that. So thanks for making my experiences here better.
Oh, thank you. We had some good times back in the day.
Absolutely. Now you're here. You're coaching before. Now looking at wrestlers to come out to Reinhardt, huh?
Yes. Yeah, we're out here recruiting. Matt Moley and I. You know, we've been out here all weekend. Some great wrestling going on. Want to try to get some kids down south to Reinhardt for sure.
Nice. I want to talk about Matt in a minute, but tell me, what do you think of this tournament? You've been here a lot of years and seen some growth, but where's it at now?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the toughest tournament in the country, I think, especially preseason, you know, Scholastic style. You know, obviously Fargo's tougher than nails too, but that's freestyle and Greco. So it's a good gauge of where they're going to be at the college level for us, you know, and you can't beat the competition here.
Nice. So give me a recap the end of the season, talk about what's been going on at Reinhardt to prepare for this season. Man, it's right here.
Yeah, it's right here. We're going to be competing here in about 3 weeks. We had a great year last year. You know, for a third-year program, we had 5 All-Americans, took 5th in the country, returned everybody.
Insane.
Had a really good recruiting class. You know, I got 3 new transfers too. So I'm really excited about where we're going this year.
Nice.
If
you guys
we stay healthy, we'll be good.
Seems like you guys have been putting some work in.
Yeah, we do. We put a lot of work in. We train just like we were if we were in Division I.
Yeah. So what are your expectations and goals this year?
You know, I mean, obviously you always want to win a national title.
Yeah.
That's always the goal. And I'd like to have 10 All-Americans, you know, and I think that's feasible with the group we got.
10 All-Americans.
Yeah, that's always the goal too, you know, or
Nice.
10 national champs.
So placing 5th in the country in your third year is super impressive. What was going on to just excel so quickly?
The guys work. You know, they've bought into the process. We train them the right way. You know, we train hard, but we train smart. You know, you got to know when to train and push and when to back off. And they bought in. You know, the kids bought in, and man, my team we started getting a couple of northern kids this year, but it's mainly out of Georgia. You know, and we're trying to get up north and out to the Midwest, and us being a brand new program, it's kind of hard to reach those kids recruiting-wise, but now that we've had a really good year and had some success, I think, you know, we're on the map, and we'll start getting some attention from the kids up north and out in the Midwest, too.
Yeah, well, it's not bad that you're seeing more and more guys from the Southeast have more success at high school and bridging the gap from some of the traditional states that are powerhouses. Why is that happening?
Well, I think you're getting better coaching. You know, you're getting more guys that have wrestled, that are coming back down south, that have coached and know wrestling. You know, kind of like 30 years ago when I was growing up, 35 years ago, you know, I was fortunate. I had a great coach, Coach Hague. He was a 2-time Division I All-American, so I was lucky. But the rest of the coaches around there were mainly football guys, and they didn't know enough about wrestling. So now you're starting to get wrestlers, and they're moving down south because the weather's beautiful and all that, and great opportunity for them to teach and coach. So now they're coming down, and they're teaching the kids the right things, you know, at an early age. So it's seen a big improvement.
Nice. What have you learned as a coach since you've been at Reinhardt?
Oh, the head coaching duties are a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more stress, you know, but it's good, you know. I'm delegating more of the practices and stuff like that to Moley, you know, and let him run the workouts for the most part. You know, I step in there and run practices periodically, but it's a young man's game, and I kind of just oversee and manage and let him do his thing, let him be a coach. That's the biggest thing. Is when you hire those guys, you got to let them coach. Some guys try to micromanage and stuff like that. I'm not like that. I let that guy coach because he knows his stuff.
Yeah, so let's talk about Matt. I remember when he was at Bloomsburg. He's one of my favorite guys to watch, just like an absolute crusher.
Yeah.
And when he was AAing in that, 157-pound weight class, those were some of the deepest weight classes I ever remember at the D1 tournament. How'd you end up getting him down there?
Well, I met Matt probably about 6 years ago. He had him and his wife had moved down to Georgia. They were actually selling cars, and I met him through Frank Hickman, who he wrestled with at Bloomsburg. And so I started back when I owned the compound in Buford many years ago before I got back into college coaching. I would have him and Hickman come in and work out with Lujan and some of my bigger guys, you know, and we just kept in touch over the years. And then when this position opened, when Pitts took the college job, I called Matt and I was like, listen, man, you want to get back into coaching? Because this is what you really need to be doing, you know, because he loves the sport. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, come on. So it's been a great 3 or 4 months, and he's been a really big asset for our program. The guys love him. He gets after it every day. He's a beast, you know.
Yeah, a beast is the right word.
Yeah.
So he was pumped. He was pumped when you called him up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He was excited. He was like, "Let me talk to Nicole." And then about 10 minutes later, I'm taking it, and I was like, "Yes."
Win.
You know.
So where's he strong? What do you see out of him that you're really happy with?
Just his intensity and the way he communicates with the guys too. He just doesn't go in there and you know, try to establish himself. He gets in there, talks to them, and explains things to them, and it really helps them, you know, mentally more than, you know, technical.
Yeah.
And it's been a good situation for our guys. Our upper weights are, you know, with having 5 returning All-Americans, 4 of them are 57 on up.
Really?
Yeah. And man, he's been a huge asset for those guys. I've seen a huge improvement in the last 2 to 3 months just with him putting hands on those guys on a daily basis and then working with them and stuff like that.
You having fun?
I'm having a blast. Always.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's always good to see you.
Man,
hope
good
I
to
can get
see
down
you.
and see you at work. It'd be great.
We'd love to have you down.
Awesome. You got anything else to share?
Reinhardt Eagles, baby.
You're the man.
You're the man.